Friendships often do not scream friendships. It's how they stand up for you when something wrong happens. This is episode 7, Touch Her Again. As we saw in the previous episodes, Suji is trying to get along with Jules. She tries to become close, but Jules do not want to be close. Yet, she didn't say no to her friendship. Days passed, not close, not distant, just somewhere in between. Suji still spoke, Jules still listened, and sometimes she didn't walk away. After the day they applied for the divorce, Suji somehow convinced Jules to come with her on the scooty. She dropped her every day after that event. Jules still did not want to open up, yet she didn't say no either. Days turned to weeks and they stayed the same way. Suji did not force, yet she maintained the distance. They stayed the same way until that important day. That Monday morning, Jules stood by the attendance register, signing quietly. And then she felt it. Someone too close. She shifted slightly, turned. A man stood behind her, smiling. Not a polite smile. His eyes didn't stop at her face. "Hello," Jules said, her voice firm. "Why are you standing this close? Who are you?" "Hi, Julie miss. I'm Dinesh, English teacher. I was on leave." He smiled again. "But I feel really bad. I missed seeing you all these days." His gaze lingered. Jules didn't respond. She looked at him once. Disgust, clear, and walked away. He called out, "See you, miss." That evening, he saw her again. Jay had come on that day to pick her up. She was getting onto Jay's bike, and then he noticed she was not holding Jay. She was holding the pillion. Dinesh smirked. After that, he was always there, at the register, in the corridor, too close, trying to be too familiar, talking, smiling, watching. Jules ignored him until she couldn't. One afternoon, it was the staff room. Dinesh sat across her, talking about himself, his achievements. He seemed to brag about women who followed him. Jules didn't hear a word. At that moment, she saw Suji at the door. Relief flooded her. "Suji, come, let's have lunch." Dinesh stopped. His smile faded. He got up. Without a word, he left the room. Jules noticed. Why didn't he behave like that with her? Something was wrong. That evening, near the corridor, Jules stopped. Dinesh stood near the ladies' washroom. A girl from 10th standard stood in front of him, head down, crying. He wasn't shouting, but his words were quiet and sharp. "Enough," Jules thought. She walked straight to them. She placed a hand on the girl's shoulder. She said, "Go." The girl looked up. Her eyes were already filled with tears, and Jules saw gratitude in them. The girl left. Dinesh turned slowly. "Ah, Julie, miss. Are you trying to save that girl? You think you can? I think you and your husband don't get along well. I saw you the other day on his bike. You were not holding him, but you were holding the pillion." He stepped closer. "I'd like to apply for that position." Then the sound that followed echoed through the walls. A slap. Sharp. Clean. Dinesh froze. Jules' voice didn't shake. "If I report this, you will lose your job. I'm warning you. Get lost." He touched his cheek where he was hit. Then he smiled. Wicked. "Even if I lose my job, I'll make it worth it." He stepped closer. "Hema ma'am won't believe you. I'm her relative." He grabbed her hand. "And then leave her." Suji, standing behind her, eyes sharp, voice steady. Not asking, warning. Jules didn't trust Suji, but when it mattered, she stood for her. Is this where everything begins to change? Episode 8 changes everything. This is Between Love and Truth, where love is deep and truth runs deeper. Thanks for listening.